Broadcasting from the heart of downtown Hollywood. This is SoFloRadio.com.
SoFloRadio.com and SoFloTelevision.com.
Since the dawn of civilization, the elusive quest in pursuit of the perfect drink continues to evolve. Now more than ever, we reap the rewards of this passion. The perfect vintage, the finest brew, for a spirit of optimum age and class. And now, SoFloRadio.com invites you to discover the wonderful world of booze by the glass.
Welcome to By the Glass, everyone. Good evening. I am your guest host, Rob from Daily Beer Review.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing? Good to see you.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a last name, Rob, or do we just Bob from Daily Beer Review?
No, Rob from Daily Beer Review.
Right.
That's it. No last name. It's like
That's a hell of a family name.
It's like one of those runners from Kenya or something. They just have one name.
Are you Kenyan?
No, not Kenyan.
Oh, can you believe it?
No. Anyway, I'm in studio here with George and Andy Rattner, our Florida sales manager from Terrapin Beer Company, right?
It is the Terrapin Beer Company.
All right, cool. Brett is teaching a beer class right now, your normal host, and he's helping the masses learn about beer.
He's not normal.
He's not normal?
Not the usual host. The regular.
The regular.
The guy
host.
whose name is on the sign there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, now that he's not here, because he's always, busting my chops. Now that he's not here, I'm going to, insult him behind his back.
Well, speaking of Brett, don't we have something to congratulate him for?
Oh, are we allowed to talk about that now?
I don't know. It's on the notes, man.
It is on... Oh, excellent. Then congratulations, Brett.
Brett and his wife, Kristen, had a baby a couple weeks ago, and congratulations, Brett.
Yay, that's nice.
Yeah, cool.
Beautiful little girl. I got 2 girls. More girls, better.
More girls?
We can commiserate. Yeah. That'll straighten your attitude out, especially somebody like Brett.
Well, I got the call up from the minor leagues. I've been on the bench for I don't know 15, 20 shows, and now I got my debut.
Graduate.
So Andy,
with a beer.
Oh,
with a beer show.
Oh,
right up your alley.
Oh, and a beer show. Are we tasting beer tonight?
I am definitely here to taste some beer. I don't know about you guys, but
well, that sounds good.
I hope so.
Andy, tell us a little about yourself and what your role with the brewery is.
All right. So I've been with Terrapin for a little over a year. And my role is the Florida sales manager. So essentially,
the whole state, huh? Yeah,
I do. I've got a coworker in Tampa, another one based in Orlando, and they help cover most of Central and North Florida from an event and street level marketing kind of thing. And it frees me up to sit in my underwear in front of a computer all day.
Nice.
Yeah.
I do that. Not for my job, just I do that.
I thought I saw you at the office. Yeah.
So you've been with them for about a year now, and how did you learn about the position? How did you get involved with the brewery in general?
Oh, so the brief spiel on me is I'm from the more or less Tampa Bay area, a little town called Tarpon Springs, Florida.
Okay.
And I went to college at the University of Central Florida, and I kind of grew up more in the wine world. My family owned restaurants. We're Italian, so it's very stereotypical for us to go into wine.
You gotta have wine.
So we did.
Right.
And there was a restaurant I was working at the time. This is maybe about 10 years ago, called Urban Flats. It was based out of Orlando. Basically, I was one of the more knowledgeable bar people, mostly in the wine side. But at the time, they had 12 draft handles, and 6 of those were craft, and that was a big deal.
That's a lot back then. Yeah. Oh. Oh, Jason's here.
Jason's all wet. All right.
Wasting no time. That's Jason's job. Is he keps us on task.
We got 6 beers, Jason.
Yeah, we need
5.
a drink. Sorry.
Excellent.
It's been one of those days. What are we drinking?
So what are we starting with?
We're going to start out with Maggie's Peach Farmhouse.
Ah.
Yeah.
That sounded good to me for some reason. I had a peach today.
Did you have a peach today?
I did.
Was it from Georgia?
Well, I'm pretty sure Georgia, Alabama. Alabama has better peaches than Georgia.
I'd say that Alabama has inferior peaches.
You must be from
infrastructure. Just general people. Here's a short pour for you.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, my pleasure.
No, I believe that is a fact, though. Alabama does grow more peaches than Georgia, even though Georgia is the peach state.
You know, it's funny. I'm a Florida native, and I get all my Georgia information secondhand, and they say that they export more chickens than anything else.
I could believe that. Yeah, there are a lot of chicken houses up there.
Absolutely.
Well, tell us about this beer. This is the seasonal, right?
Well, first of all, cheers.
Oh,
Cheers.
cheers.
On the show. Clink.
Clank, clank.
All right.
All right. Now it's a show.
This is really good.
I
really
like
good beer.
this,
So
yeah.
it's
Smells good.
light peach taste. Comes
It's not
in,
sweet
right?
at all.
Yeah.
It's like refreshing.
Yeah, not sweet at all. No.
No.
Absolutely. So, the base beer is more or less a saison, and we allow this beer to kind of dry out as far as we can get it to go. We use local Georgia peaches and peach puree to lend that kind of character, and pretty much just let the yeast rip and eat all the sugar. So there's that perception of sweetness when you smell it.
Yeah, when you
taste
smell it, I mean, it's got peach all over, but when you taste it,
Yeah.
it's just ever so
It's
lightly
nice,
there.
nice
Yeah.
and tangy.
Kind of intoxicating.
Yeah.
Well, it is
Coincidence?
alcoholic.
Yeah.
So this
That's
is
pretty
this
good.
is a new seasonal, or this is second year, right? Maybe?
So this is take two on this beer. Maggie's the series started out as a side project a few years ago, which is kind of our limited release experimental series, and it did so well we decided to throw some peaches in it and make it into a seasonal. Last year we first brewed it, and again local peaches had a little bit of a fermentation issue, and although the beer was great, it wasn't quite where we wanted it to be. So we're gonna we re-released.
right.
What?
What? Yeah. We re-released the peach version, and going down, the story is going to be hopefully to use different ingredients each year, different, maybe strawberries or blueberries or something like that. So
Okay.
it'll be Maggie's Farmhouse, this series.
Oh, I gotcha. So that's
Yeah.
cool. So the season will change every year.
Absolutely.
That's good. So let's step back a little and talk a little about the history of the brewery. It's started in the early 2000s. Is that right?
Yeah, so Terrapin has been around for a little over 12 years. And we started out with a beer called Rye Pale Ale. That was our only beer. 6 months after we started brewing that, we won a gold medal at the Great American Beer Festival
Wow.
in the Pale Ale category. And at the time, it was still a condensed category, so there was about 170 or so entries.
Where in Florida are you located?
I actually live in Delray Beach.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, where's the brewery?
The brewery's in Athens, Georgia.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Okay.
That was all the Georgia talk before.
Oh, gotcha. I missed that part.
No worries.
You want a towel, Jason?
No, I'll be all right.
Bathrobe?
So you won with your first beer.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
won
So
the gold medal, and that like put you on the map. Or
it did. It got us a lot of attention, and it really kind of set us on the path.
Was that helpful? Like getting investors and money and starting to brew.
Yeah, as the story
style.
goes, I'm sure that did help. But as the story goes, we have two owners, Spike and John,
Right.
and they basically worked at another brewery in Atlanta, Georgia, together. Decided to open up this brewery and have pretty much been doing it their way ever since.
Right.
Do they even have turtles in Georgia?
Believe it or not, they do. So a terrapin, ironically, is a brackish water turtle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and they got lots of swamps there, yeah.
So why is the brewery named after a brackish water turtle? That sounds pretty weird.
Because Spike was a bit of a music fiend and a little bit of a hippie at heart, and he was inspired by Terrapin Station by the Grateful Dead.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a Grateful
Sounds
Dead
nothing to
fan.
do
so
with-
it
it
flies
has
right
nothing to
over
do
my
with
head.
eating turtles and stuff. or
So
something like that.
I ironically here too, Maggie's Farmhouse is an album. A lot of our stuff
now
has
that you say that, yeah,
little
it rings
music
a bell
references.
of Grateful Dead stuff, yeah.
And I always like the terrapin or turtle or whatever is incorporated into the artwork. Who comes up with those ideas?
So we have two different artists at the that handle our artwork, and in tandem, they kind of work together to make this happen. But the original sketch was done by one of the guys who had worked with the Dead for like some late album work and some posters and things like that. And it was a turtle playing a banjo. And that actually is the current label for Rye Pale Ale.
Right.
But if you look at the album Terrapin Station, it's a turtle playing a banjo. So yeah, it was just kind of a divergence from the album, and then from there they just I don't know what they smoke up in Georgia, but comes out with some pretty fun labels.
Well, speaking of rye, I mean, you have a lot of beers that use rye, and it's kind of funny that I was on the show a couple weeks ago, and these guys were all like giving me a hard time. They were like, they were like dissing the rye. I don't know why.
I don't remember what exactly it was, but was it a side-by-side comparison or something? What were we? I don't remember.
I don't know. It was a rye beer, and it was pretty strong, if I remember correctly.
Well, these beers aren't for everyone, but they're delicious.
Well, I'm willing to try it.
We're gonna try a really good one tonight. I'm pretty sure.
I'm not saying that peach beer is something I like to drink every single day, but that was pretty good.
This is really good. Yeah,
not bad for once in a season or so.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so at the brewery, we pretty much like to stick to IPAs and then experimental other beers, mostly in the stout kind of derivative. So it's IPAs and stouts, and then there's some other things that are kind of funky and cool in between there. I've got 3 IPAs for us to try right now, and those are all year round. Pretty much the
3
direction.
different IPAs. Are they all that different in taste that we're gonna notice that?
Yeah, and it'll be cool as we taste each one to kind of note how different they are.
Well, we better get started then.
Yeah, I'll say.
we warmed up with Maggie. Just like Grandma used to, just
Prime
like
your
Grandma
palate.
used to brew, right?
Like an aperitif or whatever that is.
Yeah, right. That was the warm up. So what do we got here?
So this one here is it's actually my favorite beer that we produce. It's called Recreation Ale. So Recreation Ale.
That's That's actually a play on words, right? Because I get that. It makes a sound in my
I don't
ear.
get it.
Recreational.
Right.
Oh, duh. I was like,
that's
what is
good.
it, George?
Yeah.
I'm
I
so
didn't
slow.
get that.
I hope it tastes as good in my mouth as it sounds in my
I've
ear.
seen this in the stores, but I haven't had a
Recreation
chance
Ale.
to try
Get
it.
it?
Yeah, man. So
Incredibly clever.
Oh, wow, I can smell the hops already.
absolutely. So this
it?
one here is it's called a session IPA. It's only 4.7% alcohol.
I lost.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say I lost my cheat sheet. I was going to impress Ed Roberts by naming off the hops, but I
Nice.
don't have it. All right, anyway,
I
go
have
ahead.
it if you want it.
No, it's okay. I blew it.
Well, the
Too late.
keynote one here is Galaxy hops from New Zealand, and
Yeah, I was going to say that.
yeah.
That's
you
what
would've
they
been
dry hop
correct.
it with.
It's dry hopped with that, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got quite the palate, my friend.
He does.
So, in addition to the normal citrusy and grapefruity and piney kind of notes that you get from American IPAs, this one also has a pretty decent body, like a medium body for a beer of this low alcohol, and also to me has a little bit of a tropical kind of fruit note. Some people say passion fruit, some people say guava, but there's a little something
Yeah, there's
extra.
something going on in there.
Yeah.
I like it. Looks like you guys are. Until now, you weren't following like the trend of the session beers. And everybody's kind of jumping on that bandwagon. Is that you too, or?
Well-
and same with the canning too.
So
I
as
never
the
saw
story goes-
I've been a fan for a while. I never saw a Terrapin beer in a can until recently.
Everybody likes it in the can every once in a while.
Right?
Oh, man.
He
Show's
went
funnier
there.
than I thought it was going to be.
George was just going to say that.
This is
I was thinking
internet,
it.
right?
Yeah,
we can
I
say
know.
stuff like that.
But everyone's got canned beers coming out, so that seems to be the
Wave of the
bandwagon
future.
everyone's jumping
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a better package at this point.
Yeah.
Years ago it wasn't, but technology in the future, man. But essentially with this one, we wanted a beer that was hoppy, but we could drink a lot while we're, for me on the boat or for those guys mountain biking, things like that.
Right.
And this is, pretty much
It's
where
an
this came
unfiltered
from.
beer, right?
Yeah, it's partially filtered.
Partially filtered.
So we
okay.
take out all the big chunks.
Which part do you filter? Oh, the chunks. You just said
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Well, I like to talk a little more when I'm drinking.
It's
so.
just you filter through a screen.
Is it almost
More
kind of
that
like a
one.
wheat beer too, though, or no? I'm
It's,
way off on that.
It's got a little bit of, pardon me, a little bit of wheat rye kind of character.
Okay, all right.
A little spicy.
Yeah, you can definitely see in the haze there as well.
Yeah, that's
Definitely
a
got a little
drinkable
spice
IPA
note.
right there. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, I mean,
That's enjoyable.
Nice.
a little foamy off the top there too.
Yeah, it's got a great amount of foam in there. Is that just
Nice.
from the cans, or is that?
This one is actually so just like anything else, when you come out with a new beer, you got to dial it back, and we don't really have a pilot brewery, so it's a little more effervescent now than what we're going to target moving forward. But still,
It's got a gray head.
yeah.
So did this one come from one of the side projects, or like the Maggie's, or?
This actually, we made a beer that was a seasonal called Easy Rider, and then we
I remember that.
promptly received a cease and desist from Easy Rider magazine.
Ah.
So we
They're
changed
still
it.
around.
Yeah. Just for lawsuits.
Wow.
No, those guys had a point. So we promised never to do it again, and we changed the recipe by about 10%. dried it out, hopped it up a little bit more, and released it in cans.
Nice. And do you expect to do most of your beers in cans moving forward?
I'm gonna. You're trying to scoop me now.
No, I don't know.
I see
He's always trying to do that. He's got a website he tries to feed information to.
Bloggers.
I'll give you I'll throw one your way though. So there's been talks at the brewery to go all cans and 22-ounce bottles.
Nice.
So we would eliminate our 12-ounce bottle package, maybe.
Maybe not.
I just invested in bottle companies too. Damn it.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm out of
Well,
luck.
do you think they would keep the art the same, or I mean that because the labels are a big part of your brand, I think.
Absolutely. For the most part, like let's say hypothetically, if we were to cross over our flagship Hopsecutioner IPA into a can, there may be some adjustment, but for the most part, that little Ninja Turtle looking dude is going to stay looking the way he is.
You're gonna like that one.
Yeah, man.
Jason.
The Hopsecutioner, yeah. That made me
That was
chuckle.
all you, Jason.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one.
Let's move on to the
Absolutely.
to the brand new High Five IPA.
High five.
So this one here is our number 2
Left me
can.
hanging.
He's not watching.
Well,
Is this a swill bucket?
Yes.
all right. So this one here is
Also in cans.
also in cans. This is our number 2 out of the can series, and it's based on a West Coast IPA, so it's going to be drier, lighter, crisper, pretty aggressively hopped with Amarillo, Simcoe, and Citra hops. We mash hop this one. We hop it plenty of times throughout the boil, and 2 mega dry hop loads in the back end. So there's a lot of aroma.
So if you like hops, you're gonna like this beer.
yeah, this is a hoppy beer. This is a hoppy beer for sure.
And if you don't,
And if you don't like
You're just
hops,
gonna suck
May
it up.
God have mercy on your soul.
we're just working our way up to the.
And this isn't even the Hopsecutioner, right?
You know,
No, this is not.
I initially had to acquire my taste for beer at all, period, early in my life, and the hoppy beers is something that I enjoy more than I used to. I gotta say.
So
How hoppy is that?
That's
made a
verging
new
on
one?
my hop limit right there.
Yeah, this one here,
Wow.
like I said, man, it's
Nice.
it's intense.
That first sip, I gotta always taste it
Woo!
twice before
Yeah.
I judge.
Well, and the deal with this, I spent a few years living in California, and this is
They love hoppy beer out there.
pretty
yeah.
spot on.
Yeah.
So this beer is 5.9% alcohol, so a little bit lighter than the traditional West Coast version of the style.
Yeah. My cousin, that's what he goes for, the hoppiest beer. I mean, there are people that love this, so you're not wrong in going on this market. It's just not my particular.
Get ready.
It's interesting the way you described it too. You said it's right at the threshold. Dude, for me, this one is it has enough
That's like water
residual
for you.
bitterness.
Oh,
well,
okay.
yeah.
On the wrong side.
Water.
Right?
So no, it gets right up to the point to where that bitterness is firm.
Yeah.
But it still has that kind of smooth landing.
And
It's not
now,
real
after my
harsh.
third sip, it's drinkable now.
Yeah.
So
right
my,
on.
Yeah, you
my
gotta get
mouth
used
is
to it.
adjusted.
After you shock your tongue into submission there. It is actually.
What do you think about it, George?
It's again, I've been acquiring a taste for hoppier beers. This is very smooth.
Yeah, it's drinkable. I mean, it's. I wouldn't say go drink this if you're the first person who. I mean, if this is the first hoppy beer you're going to drink, but
No,
you could build up to this. Yeah,
Start with
Make it the
recreation
second or third.
Yeah. Yeah.
or
It's,
fourth.
It's good.
of the same night.
the beer's got balls.
Yeah,
Exactly. Well, that's
Well,
good.
how many of those would you drink in a session? You would think. Is that a 3 or 4
For me?
you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I drink that all day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, like I said, my personal preference is still the recreation ale, but I'm really, really happy with the way High Five came out.
It's
Part of that's the excitement. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I totally understand what you're going for.
So this is a year-round.
It's a brand new year-round, cans only at this point.
Okay.
That's kind of the marketing push that's worked for us over the last couple of years is to launch package first and then follow up with draft. It's kind of counter what the norm is within the industry.
Right.
So, but it's interesting. So we're about to taste the Hopsecutioner IPA, which is our flagship, and it's
I can't wait.
pretty well.
Oh,
you
you're gonna
you'll probably
love
like it a little bit more. It's got a definitely more malt balance than the last two.
Oh,
we've had.
okay. Oh, yeah. I like it when they put a little malt in there. I don't mind it, hobby,
Yep.
if
I'm a
it's
multi-beer
got that
fan.
balance.
Yeah. So
Did you bring that chocolate one too?
we make a lot of chocolate beers.
Uh,
I do have a brand
this-
new beer, a chocolate ancho chili porter.
Ooh, all right, sounds good.
That sounds crazy
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Dude, you're gonna.
No, I can't wait.
Yeah,
All right, we jumped ahead. Sorry about that. Let's
no
focus on
worries, man.
So this is what? This is like from the year round, or?
Yeah. So this is the beer. The Hopsecution IPA is the beer we produce and sell most. It's the beer that that sells about 40% of what we produce right now, both on and off premise. So kegs and bottles.
It's because it's got that cool name.
Yeah, it's a killer IPA.
Yeah.
Oh, you're waiting on a cup.
Yeah. So, as opposed to the last two, which are a little bit drier, a little bit crisper, and a little more aggressive on the hop aroma and flavor, this one here has that malt balance, and it's kind of indigenous to the southeastern version of the style. It's not sweet. It does finish up, relatively dry and hoppy, but it's at the same time not going to grab your tongue.
Were the malts roasted? Is that what the amber color is?
Yeah, they're we do use some
check out the big
caramel
brain on
malt.
Jason there. Somebody's been reading.
Check that out, Ed Roberts.
Jason was reading up earlier.
I did not. I just guessed that from looking at it.
You nailed it though. Yeah. Ed's got
That's good. That's drinkable right there. That's good. Actually, I like that better.
You like that than the light bitter ones?
Oh yeah.
The light bitter ones are kind of refreshing, and this one's a little more got bigger
malty beers.
balls.
This
body.
has got character right here. This is
I like it. It's got some sweetness in it.
It's got a little sweetness.
I can hang with this beer.
Yeah.
So out of the three, they're all pretty distinctly different though.
Oh, no question.
Absolutely. You brought me 3 different hoppy beers for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And
sure.
this one, to me has still more of that grassy, earthy kind of hop aroma and flavor, whereas the other ones were, just like
Hops right in your face, yeah.
Like citrus, yeah.
This one's a little bit more laid back,
grapefruit.
but the hops are still there, and it's got that malt balanced perfectly. Yeah.
It's a sneaky beer too. It's 7.3% alcohol.
Oh yeah, don't tell me that.
we're climbing the ladder here, buddy.
It's all right. We can handle it.
It's because this one's so high in alcohol that we made recreation ale.
Ah, okay.
You can blend them later.
Is that one coming in cans too?
That's looking like what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I can't say for sure because it's not my call, but I want it in a can.
Yeah. It seems like it's going that way.
Yeah.
Well, especially here in Florida, you go to the beach. I mean, I drink high alcohol beers on the beach. Who cares?
I'd take
I
bottles.
bring bottles on the beach.
A bottle of vodka.
I've been doing it all the time since I was a kid. Screw the beach.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'd take the bottles with me.
Yeah, I take.
Litter,
Yeah,
throw
I'm
them
not an
away.
idiot.
Yeah, we just put one of these on it. And
Exactly.
Sure.
So whatever. So I'm really interested in not only the art, but I really like the series that you guys are doing. What's it called?
Well, I'm going to help you out. So we have 7 different
please.
brand families within Terrapin at this point. The year-round beers are primarily hop or IPA focused.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of our mission at this point is to be the premier IPA focused brewery in the Southeast. Really making a good dynamic variety of awesome IPAs. But we also have a seasonal sessions series, which the Maggies is a part of. Beers that are under 6% alcohol. They're sessionable in the sense that they're you can drink multiple of them. We make one called Moohoo that's probably the most famous of the series.
That one's
it's a chocolate milk stout.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
You
fun.
didn't bring that tonight, huh?
No,
It's not in season.
We'll have that
okay,
around the October time frame.
We'll have to have them back in October.
Right.
Yeah, there we go. That's when the darker side of our portfolio comes out. Sounds like that might be up your alley, George.
I like your dark portfolio.
Yeah, we might have had that one on here before, did we? I don't remember.
Yeah, that beer does really well. Another one, Wake and Bake, is our coffee oatmeal imperial stout.
I think we've had that before. On the
George
really
does that every
familiar.
day.
Yeah, he does do that.
I don't always wake.
They have
implies a
they have a
lot.
nice turtle like cooking some brownies or something.
Yeah, it's you wake, it's a coffee. You got oatmeal for the baking side of it. The guy's wearing sunglasses inside because it's really bright.
I also noticed when I was in Total Wine the other day that you started doing some collaborations, or maybe you didn't start, but you just did a new one with Green Flash.
We did, yeah. We made a beer called Tangerine Dreamsicle. It's a tangerine
What?
lactose IPA.
Really?
Wow.
I didn't
Yeah.
get to try it. I didn't try it yet.
Yeah,
How is that?
It's
Ed,
still
we need
available.
that.
Yeah, it's very good. It's really, really interesting. I've never had an IPA, something that's supposed to be bold and dry and hoppy with lactose, which is basically milk sugar, that kind of creams it out and sweetens it out a bit. I think they hit that one right on the head. Now, I'll be honest, I was kind of nervous about it until I had a sip.
And you guys brewed that one, not Green Flash.
Well, yeah, Chuck Silva from Green Flash came over and brewed it at our facility with us.
Oh, okay.
So it was a collaborative effort for sure. But yeah, it was done at our facility and managed by our brewers.
So there's no East Coast West Coast rivalry then.
No, man. we saved that for the rap game.
Tupac.
Yeah.
Biggie.
Oh.
So we have that seasonal series.
Right.
We have another series called the Monster Beer Tour, which is almost a higher alcohol alternative seasonal that comes out every other, in between each seasonal.
Oh.
So I brought the newest one. It's called Rye Cubed.
Oh.
If you're a rye beer guy, this is the beer for you.
Rob is a rye beer guy. He
I
loves
love
rye beer.
I love their first.
He
one,
likes that rye whiskey we were
squared.
drinking here earlier
And
too.
then they were. Oh, that's some terrible crap. but you did rye. You had the single rye and the double rye. What's it? Rye squared.
Right. So we had the rye pale ale, and we still make that beer. It still does well. It's
Have to
settled
make
into
the
its,
original.
yeah, exactly. It's the one that started it all for us. Then we made a double batch called Rye Squared, and it had a lot of popularity and whatnot. But just like anything else, we want to keep things fresh. So we put it on the bench for a while. We decided to bring it back, but amp it up. So this is a triple version of that rye IPA, basically.
So why rye? I mean, what's the draw?
Why not?
No, I know. I bet.
No.
It's the ingredients that they have.
Well, who's making that call? Like Spike's making that call?
Spike definitely likes rye malt. It lends a certain perceived dryness, a certain like white peppery kind of character there as well, and it's just really interesting. It also, it's a good crossover for people who are really into more like the whiskey side of the alcoholic portfolio that maybe aren't quite into as hoppy of a beers as the traditional craft beer drinker. This is a good way to segue them in because it's hoppy, decidedly, but it has enough rye character.
That's spiciness.
And booze in this particular one
Right.
to keep them interested.
Oh, is that next?
I don't know,
Got
but
it
that
open right now.
7.3 one just caught up to me.
Yeah, boy.
Well, we're about to have a 10.7.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Remember those scotches we had that time? It was like 70% or something.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
That.
Wow, look at the color of this. That's
Yeah.
unique. Wow, look at the pour too.
Yeah, nice cascading of
Cascade.
flavor.
I wish I was tripping.
Wait till you try it.
that's
Can't wait.
for Wake and Bake.
Oh, okay.
That's a beautiful
That's fucking
effect,
wild,
man.
man.
What? Where did you say?
I mean, that's
Look
wild.
at that, man.
Yeah,
That is
pretty
nice. Eat
pretty
your heart out,
unique, pretty
Guinness.
cool. And it definitely has a lot of caramelized malt
Wow.
character as well.
Which one was it?
This is Rye Cubed. Actually, it's right
Oh,
here.
that's a-
Little mad scientist rye label.
Yeah, it looks like Tesla.
Yeah, it does actually.
Wonderful fragrance.
What's this? What's
Smells
this?
like candy.
Now IPAs
Sometimes it
sell.
takes me a little time to figure out the art. What's he
IPAs
doing?
sell that much
Magic.
more. Hold on,
Okay.
I got a good question here. IPAs sell that much more than other beers to where you guys can just focus on that.
They first of all they do.
And here's my thing too.
Yeah.
I go to Publix the other day, and the craft beer section, it's all IPA. They don't even
Yeah.
have the other beers from the other companies in there.
Well, you know what's interesting too. So IPAs, at this point, the last bit of IRI data, which is like the grocery data we get, shows that IPAs sell approximately 33% of all craft beer sold.
Yeah.
Now that's not including seasonals that happen to also be IPAs, because those fall into a seasonal category. So, and let's face it, we love Publix and we love what they're doing. But the grocery people are typically the ones who are the least adventurous in their craft beer
Yeah,
sense.
they want to put on the shelf what's going to sell.
Exactly.
So
The-
that's
the
why I'm
things
going
that
to
are-
Publix and seeing all IPA in the craft section.
Right, but there are more IPAs on the shelf at, let's say, a Total Wine or a Whole Foods than there would be at a Publix at this point.
Okay.
Yeah,
But you got to make a good IPA because this is a crowded category.
Oh, for sure.
it's a rising tide kind of mentality, man. Just like with any other craft focused brewery or segment. Again, I came from living out west for a few years. Out there, in certain parts of the of their state, every third beer is a craft beer, right?
Right.
Whereas down here, we make up roughly 6% of what's sold.
Oh, really?
Wow.
So
people are
it's-
still buying Budweiser?
Well, it's funny, right?
Yeah.
And they're
Corona,
making that
baby.
transition.
Presidente.
I saw someone with a 12-pack of Corona the other day. I'm like, why?
But yeah, there's a lot of room for growth to catch up to the rest of the country, and a lot of that is going to take regional or locality. There's a lot of great breweries that are doing really awesome, cool things in Florida. Cigar City, Funky Buddha, and then regionally, breweries like ourselves and Abita are kind of spreading the word for, or Sweetwater for that matter, spreading the word for the South as being a place where you can get great craft beer and you can travel to it, because we don't really export outside the South. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we make it a little destination out of it.
Well, I don't want to cut this beer short. This is
let's
absolutely
taste it.
delicious.
Wow.
I mean, this is almost like Scotch or something, right?
Yeah, that first hit was a little unsettling, but I went back in.
Got settled.
You gotta wait in. You gotta wait in slow.
Yeah,
on this one, but
you kind of got to sip it.
So making this kind of beers like this, you got to have like some kind of fun, imaginative brewery. I mean, is that the atmosphere?
This is like
at the brewery.
Utopias Light or something.
What's up with you guys in Georgia?
That's actually a really cool description.
Ed Roberts, thank you.
I'm stealing that.
Yes.
So,
what's up with those Georgia guys? Something in the water? What, Spike and Freddie from Sweetwater?
Yeah, and there's a lot of other local guys. Yeah, for sure. But they are definitely nuts. I mean, but with Terrapin specifically, we had a 25-barrel brew house that was kind of pieced together and whatnot. And about a year ago, we transitioned into a custom-built 100-barrel brew house that was pretty much made specifically to brew hoppier beers.
More hops.
Right, more hops. So
bring it in by the truckload, please.
Yeah. So we're putting it to use, man, and doing all kinds of wacky things with it. Like I said, we're just now installing our large format canning line, so we're hoping to see a lot more canned beers out, and
So do you just you're not a giant brewery. You expanded, but you're still like a regional brewery.
Yeah, we're just we're in 11 states now, but we're not in all.
Are you west of the Mississippi?
We're not.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We don't like those people anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
We pretty much stay in the South, and then a little bit up the Mid-Atlantic, but majority of our sales, about 85% of our sales, stay within Georgia and states that border Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's us.
That's us.
Sort of.
Yeah,
South Florida's like
North Florida.
State.
Yeah, we call it North Florida up there.
Yeah.
Or South Georgia.
Yeah, seriously.
They can have that north part of the state.
Anything north of what? Palm Beach County?
Palm Beach County, right?
Yeah, we'll concede. They can have it.
That's part of Georgia now. Hey, we just called it.
We can even give them Palm Beach County if they really want it. Just kidding.
So you were talking about that collaboration with Green Flash. Is that a new thing, the collaborations, or? No,
we've done the collaborations for quite some time. And the first real big series that we did was called the Midnight Project series, which is an experimental series we did with Left Hand, where we just alternated each year, going from one brew to the other. That eventually evolved into the Side Project series, which is kind of our experimental series now, which is the Guano Loco is part of that. The
Guano Loco, what's that mean, George?
Hey, I don't know what guano.
I
don't know what
guano
means.
Yeah.
But
Loco, shit crazy.
crazy. Yeah, that shit crazy.
Bat shit crazy. Yep.
Yeah, I had to go on to Urban Dictionary earlier.
Is that what you had to resort to?
Yeah, my wife was at work. No, she's from Colombia. That's all.
They have guano there, so she would know. And it's loco.
So who speaks Spanish in Georgia?
Ironically, no one. But we're all.
That's how I got past
the people that pick the peaches. They speak Spanish.
Absolutely.
You're right. But a lot of our side project beers have been.
Fill me up, man.
With the rye.
Yeah.
Nice.
He loves that rye beer. He loves it.
So a lot of ours are movie referenced. Guano is famously known or made famous by Ace Ventura 2, When Nature Calls.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Anybody else want to?
I missed that one.
None of that.
Touch it?
I forgot which one.
I just wanted to see a casket. No, I'm going to drink it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I forget which one I liked.
We have was it the Hopsecutioner, the third idea?
The third one. That's the one.
All right.
I'm good. I'm waiting for that last beer, that chocolate one.
I'm saving room for it.
One?
The chocolate one?
We almost drank all his beer.
Have we done 5 already?
We've done 5.
Holy moly.
Holy moly.
Well, I took a look at all your side projects, and it looks like many of them have become either year-rounds or seasonals, that type of thing. Is that the goal of that project, or is it just to have fun, or what is it?
It's to have fun, but if we find something we like, for example, Mosaic was a single hopped red rye IPA we brewed as a side project.
But did it change names? I didn't see that. I didn't recognize the name.
It actually it stayed the same, and the recipe for the most part stayed the same. We just released it as a seasonal this year.
Okay.
Yeah, we bought a ton of Mosaic hops this year, and so we're gonna.
Is it hard to get hops?
For us, it's actually not as hard as some other breweries.
Some people, yeah.
We have some pretty long-standing contracts, and Spike does a really good job of keeping that relationship with our
cool.
suppliers and our farmers.
That's good.
That help us out.
Yeah, we had a couple people say they had trouble getting it. So
yeah, and it's kind of like one of that pay it forward mentality. We reached a certain level of growth to where we can kind of help other breweries get a couple things
get what
here
they
and
need.
there.
Yeah, that's cool.
If they have a problem getting themselves, especially if they're kind of in the southeast.
Well, I saw Maggie's was one on the list of the
side projects. Yeah,
side projects. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know why I can't remember that.
No worries. Actually, so
Hopzilla, I like that one.
That one's great. But so Maggie's, original farmhouse, and then we made another side project called Piach. And this is kind of, the Maggie's Peach Farmhouse that we have as a seasonal now is kind of a fusion of those two ideas.
Oh, I see. So they can change names, but the original idea is there.
Yeah, exactly. The spirit of it's there. Plus, we're really not all that creative.
Well, who comes up with the ideas for those side projects? So like you all get stoned and like brainstorm?
I will never confirm nor deny what happens at our sales summits.
Or hey, if they got a bunch of peaches there, they're probably going to be like, hey, maybe we can use these peaches,
Yeah, absolutely.
Something like that.
Absolutely. Well,
maybe pecans.
Yeah, hey, you never know.
So what happens basically is
boiled peanuts.
Yeah, well, we have a chocolate peanut butter porter that we're going to be releasing next month.
Wow.
Yeah, called Liquid Bliss.
That sounds good. See,
Liquid Bliss.
Yeah, that was a side project that's going to be a year-round beer as well.
Wow,
year-round.
Right. Year-round, same price as Hopsecutioner.
So, how many side projects turn into year-round?
At this point, one.
One.
Really?
Wow.
Liquid Bliss. But a lot of the side projects have broken into the Monster Beer Tour or other things.
Yeah, always lead
seasonals.
We're only on to number 23 anyway.
Yeah.
When did that start? I mean, it started after you said the collaboration series.
Yeah, the Midnight Project series kind of, for the most part, started that off, and then they made a side project right after that. And they thought that the Midnight project was going to be all of our collaborations, and the side project would just be experimentation. But now they've kind of blended into one thing. The Tangerine Dreamsicle, however, is kind of part of that fifth brand family, where it's basically just special release kind of things. Unnamed is kind of a catch-all. So it's not technically a side project, but it was something fun that we decided to do with those guys and release it full format. Another famous one that we've done is called Reunion Ale that we've done with Schmaltz Brewing Company, the guys who make Hebrew.
Oh, Schmaltz, we had them on. Yeah,
they have a lot of funny jokes.
Their beers are all named weird stuff. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah. So I was at a
Schmaltzy.
Yeah, Schmaltzy. But I was at a basic seminar that Jeremy Cohen, who I don't know, was he here for the show?
I don't remember his name. Yeah,
he might have called in, that guy.
He's got a like a golden radio voice.
Oh, a lot of people do. Like
Rob.
Yeah.
So anyway, he comes in kind of stoic into this thing and tastes his beers, and it's Hebrew, the chosen beer that we're tasting, right? And he comes in very serious, tastes it, and goes, "Christ, that's good beer." I thought that was hysterical.
That's great.
Yeah, I like their shtick.
And they make all of those
and their beer.
Those wacky ones from Coney Island too, right?
They originated, started doing that. I don't know 100%, but I believe that they're separate entities at this point.
I gotcha.
So, yeah, man. But
what was his name again? I'm searching.
Jeremy Cohen.
Jeremy Cohen. All right.
Yeah.
You're gonna see it. You're gonna do in-page search.
But yeah, so we did that one. It was, and a lot of these start out as fundraisers for local charities or things like that. So that one was a cancer research project that a lot of the proceeds go to that. We had another beer called Tree Hugger, which was an old growth conservationist thing called the Dogwood Alliance, which basically protected old oak trees in the South.
That's great.
Yeah, and that won a gold medal.
He called into our reunion show.
There you go.
And that's all I have right now.
Nice.
So you guys are in a lot of restaurants around here. I'm mostly a Total Wine guy, but you know I drink alone at home.
In the dark,
as you should.
In the dark,
in his underwear,
with Sade playing in the background.
But so you, hey. But you said Hopsecutioner is like a #1 seller in restaurants and bars and that kind of thing.
Yeah, Hopsecutioner, you know, it really does well, especially within Georgia.
What about within Florida?
It does really well in Florida. You know, it's funny to see what happens on a regional level. Right. You know, being from Florida myself, I agree with you, man. South Florida is its own thing. Central Florida is its own thing.
Oh,
North Florida is basically Georgia.
Absolutely.
You know, or Alabama, depending on which part of North Florida you're in.
Right.
And you know, and they've all got these cool, unique cultures. So in Jacksonville, Orlando, Tallahassee, and even like Daytona area, Hopsecutioner kills. Tampa, you know, Miami.
There's a lot of local beers in Tampa though too. So
there are, but again, you know, it's that rising, rising tide thing.
Well, they got
floats all boats.
Yeah, they got highlight over in Tampa. But
yeah.
These guys got 3, 4. How many we tried today?
Yeah, we tried we tried 3 year-round IPAs. But yeah, you know, the guys at Cigar City are good buddies, man. We actually did a collaboration with those guys called Southern Slice.
Oh, really?
And that was a pecan pie beer that was brewed there.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah. That's cool. I never even heard of that one.
Yeah, that was
good.
That was great.
I love pecan pie.
Yeah, it was really nice. We released it and then it vanished.
That's why I never tried it.
Yeah, exactly. But no, that was a fun project. Ironically, man, so you know, I in college I started to homebrew, and that's kind of how I got into the beer thing. Stopped shaving, put on a bunch of weight, got paid less, and you know.
I've seen a lot of guys in the studio like
that. Do you get to help brew at all, or are you there when they're brewing, or?
Yeah, I don't brew commercially.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm strictly sales.
Right.
I brew at home pretty avidly. Became a beer judge and stuff like that for BJCP Beer Judge Certification Program.
We should have a By the Glass Brew Fest.
I agree.
Yes.
Have all the people.
What a great idea.
Live show.
Brew beer, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Do they have competitions like some other breweries, like Sam Adams has one, and I think
we have an internal homebrew competition where we are kind of grouped as teams. Actually, the winning team gets their beer brewed.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So last year, well, I shouldn't say last year. 2012's competition was released in 2013. My predecessor and a good friend, a guy named Mike Wallace, who had the job before I took over.
On 60 Minutes.
60 Minutes, yeah. See him
Mike Wallace. So he's actually kind of doing his own thing now with a brewery called 1010 out of Orlando. But you know, his team brewed a beer called Pineapple Express, which you know was a smoked pineapple Helles, and that won, and you know they released that full format. This year, my team won.
Wow!
It's a beer we call Turtleneck, and it's a gingerbread winter warmer. It'll be released around like the November-ish time frame.
Really?
Maybe October.
Cool. Gingerbread.
Gingerbread.
So they're brewing
warmer.
it now for the fall.
Right. So Florida is 2-0 in the homebrew competition in Georgia. Yeah.
Put them down.
We always win.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, South Florida.
Yeah.
Right. Not the Central.
You don't get a cut of sales though, do you?
No. Not directly, no. But I'm in sales.
Yeah, there you go.
It's definitely going to
get a cut of sales.
So let's try this. What is it?
Yeah.
All right. Is it time? Is it time for the Guano Loco?
Guano Loco, yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's get crazy.
This is chocolate pepper beer,
Wow.
basically.
Yeah.
What kind of pepper though? Like
Chili pepper.
Their website calls this Ancho Brownie Ale, buddy.
wow.
Yeah.
It's got brownies on it.
But yeah. On the label, it's the chili pepper brownie ale. But yeah, it's a basically it's a chocolate porter brewed with Olive and Sinclair chocolate.
I've put other stuff in brownies before, but not chili peppers.
That's the
there
wake
might
and
be
bake.
some
That's
other
the
stuff
wake
in
and
these. We
bake.
don't know.
You don't know what those people put in there?
Yeah, but this kind of emulates that Mexican chocolate kind of characteristic.
Is this going to be spicy?
Like a mojo.
Look at that.
Yeah, there is going to be
Wow.
some of that kind of
That's
character.
a nice color.
Yeah, it's nice, right?
That's a beautiful color.
Yeah, nice head.
Smells good. You can smell the peppers too.
Oh yeah.
Oh really? Oh boy.
Now I'll
Right
be
away.
honest, right? This is probably the beer I've been looking forward to most this year. I love this flavor profile.
So where did this idea come from?
Yeah,
That's kind of out there. Chocolate peppers, right?
For sure.
It's not the first time, but it's.
Well, I mean,
it's
maybe
kind of
on,
like
a Cooking Channel or Food Network on a cooking challenge. I've seen some guy put some chocolate and peppers together, but not in a beer. I mean, is this the first?
No, the one I know of commercially that's been brewed this way is Hunapoo by Cigar City.
Oh, really?
And
that's a
it
chocolate
has
pepper beer.
yeah.
It has chocolate and chili and
I'm
vanilla
lost.
and cinnamon, all kinds of fun stuff in there.
Turn in my card.
Yeah, well, that's a wonderful beer, but
I love the
this
brownies.
is a pretty different take on the same kind of
Wow, this
inspiration
smells
there.
great. I'm
Yeah,
afraid
man.
to taste it though.
Oh, big brownie, rich, and then a spicy finish.
All right, you taste it while I talk.
Okay.
He's putting it up to his lips. He's
There we go.
drinking.
That's really interesting.
Yeah,
I'm drinking more
he
of this.
enjoyed it. He's smiling.
That's good.
Yeah,
I
he's
like
good.
it.
All right, there we go.
Good heat and right here. The
Yeah.
end.
Wow.
a little sweet heat.
Yeah.
Sweet heat. That's a very good way to put it.
Wow, that's unique.
It is.
That's different.
Not
gonna say it's
too.
good yet,
It's not.
but-
It's not too sweet though. It's,
No.
It's like brownie flavor, but
So it's
The
interesting.
heat is very light. I mean,
it lingers, man.
a little more chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
still
right, it's
feeling it.
Well, it's interesting to see, right? So, again, famously, a lot of homebrewers make, pepper beers, and they try to kill you with some of that stuff. And traditionally, I hate that.
Yeah,
But-
this is light. You taste it at the
Because
end.
it builds. It'll build
Yeah.
up on you.
By the end of your glass, you're gonna have like spicy mouth.
I always have a spicy mouth.
The chocolate's definitely there. Is there actual chocolate in that, or do they just do it by toasting the malts?
No, we have a chocolate
Flavor.
producer
Yeah.
that their name is Olive and Sinclair. We use them for pretty much all of our chocolate.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so-
This one uses cocoa nibs, so it's a raw unprocessed cocoa bean.
Is that local?
Wow.
Local
That's
to
that earthy taste,
Athens, right?
So these
That
guys
pepper's
are out
catching up
of Nashville,
See,
Tennessee.
it does. It builds up layer.
But, again, Southeastern Company. The Jittery Joe's Coffee guys are out of Athens.
That's the
Clearing my
Moo
sinuses.
one.
That's it. Yeah, it's a wake and bake.
Oh, wake and bake, right?
Yeah.
They try to use local people, like local peaches. They didn't have any local chocolate guy.
Regional people. Yeah.
Regional.
Well, to be honest, man, it just so happens to work out that those are the people we're in proximity to, but they're also really nice guys.
Right.
So they make a good product and they're fun to hang out
Wow.
with, and that's pretty much the two
So you guys are like
Requirements.
all in the brotherhood of brewing. Like all the breweries get along and
Yeah, we're too small
share
to fight.
stuff and that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Nice.
I don't remember Hunapoo tasting like this.
No, it's different. though.
Really, really different. Yeah.
This is warming my chest.
A couple of the same ingredients.
It burns all the way through.
It's almost like a tobacco.
I can drink this.
Burns on the way out.
Getting
too,
kind of a
George.
tobacco,
Yeah, I'm almost getting tobacco, right?
Interesting.
Yeah,
It's the bite.
yeah. I guess,
But it's good.
The combination of the pepper and the chocolate.
Somebody gave me some exotic
got that.
candy bars once,
That's good.
and one of them
That's
was
good.
a
That's really
chocolate
good,
Take that, Ed
a
Roberts.
chocolate pepper candy
Ed
bar,
Roberts tobacco.
and you could only eat so much of it. This is
Write it
reminds
down,
me of
buddy.
that.
See, and for me, I'm not particularly sensitive to certain pepper derivative heats. So, I'm thinking it's kind of lacking in spice character. and
getting in the back
everybody
of the
else is
throat
saying,
right
man,
now.
it's burning.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, I like this kind of beer, so it doesn't bother me. I don't want any more, but I want more beer. I don't want any more spice. So I'm good.
Yeah,
with
yeah, no.
I'm
it's
good with the
fine.
way it
It's-
turned out.
it's- Yeah, if it was more spicy, I don't know if it would be too enjoyable, but this is drinkable right now.
Yeah,
right on.
you
It's
take-
a light-
you take- you-
it's a light
that's why they
little burn.
give you the big bottle. You take it over to your friend's house,
share it with buddies.
share it, and
Yeah.
you don't drink like 15 like this guy.
Yeah, exactly, like the recreation now. But you know what? I'm thinking this could be a fun challenge for somebody.
I want to see the
15?
Guano Loco challenge on
Yeah.
YouTube. Someone down this whole bottle in one shot.
and try not to poop for 20 minutes.
Wow. When you come
Email
out,
it to me
when
now.
you come out with that coffee beer, that's what you
Yeah.
that challenge.
There's real coffee in that.
No, yeah, there really is. Yeah, we have they actually the guys from Jittery Joe's, the coffee roaster. They,
he comes over like he's like he can't even move.
he's having the best day.
Oh, every day's the best day.
Absolutely.
You know, it's funny, man. Real coffee people, right? They're always
Yeah.
so mellow. Always kind of
Yeah.
chilled out, you
I
know?
like
Because
coffee.
8 cups doesn't do it for him anymore.
No, they just,
Takes the edge off.
They reach like a 8th level of Zen, you know?
Yeah.
Let me see the label on that.
Yeah, freaking beer right there, man.
You got a
beautiful label.
You got a turtle on
keep going
that?
back for it.
Oh, this is it.
Yep.
Where's the turtle?
So it's there's no turtle on this one. We're getting to the point to where the turtle can only be done on so many things, right?
The turtle's getting played out.
Turtle's like, well, it's not over.
No. It's a beautiful logo though. The wings are made out of peppers.
Yeah, this one was done by the artist named Pinkerton, who is kind of like the right-hand guy to the other person who does our labels, and he's kind of doing some of his own cool stuff with our stuff, with our experimental projects now. So we give him full reign to do what he wants.
I think you guys have some of definitely have the coolest labels. I like the.
And the brownie really kicks it off. I mean, it's chocolate, but it is like a brownie chocolate too.
You get that kind of biscuity underlying character, buttery almost, but not
making my lips tingle right now.
Scotchy.
It's up in my lips.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying I like the art here. I love the Ralph Steadman art on the Flying Dog, and I think that you guys that was the original brewer that brewed your beer, right? The
Flying Dog.
Yeah, so we had a different name then.
Right, we did some stuff. We paved our way with contract brewing. Right. You know what I mean, to get to a certain level. I will say there's nothing like brewing it at home, but that was something that to be honest with you, I wasn't really a part of. So I don't know all that much about that portion of the history. But I remember drinking Terrapin back then when it was produced. On a contract level, and it was
you guys make
a lot
all
of
your
fun.
own beers now?
Yeah, we have our 100-barrel brew house at in Athens that produces pretty much everything.
There's nothing wrong with contract brewing, but if you could do it yourself,
of course.
might as well. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, once they made that rye pale ale, and got their name, and then won the medal, and they got their name on it, and got people interested.
It took a couple of years actually to get the full thing going, but we still do a small level of contract stuff now, but it's more so for overflow in order to keep demand going and not having it's basically just our insurance policy. And they do a great job. We deal with a group called Two Roads in Connecticut, which is Spike, the brewmaster's home state, and they have the same system as us. They actually have pretty much the same canning line as us now too. So it makes it really easy to say, crap, we need to, brew an extra 300 or 400 barrels or something.
I mean, Spike's the brewmaster. Is he still really hands-on? I mean, even 12 years later, or is he like more like step aside, like a lot of the breweries that are growing a little bit?
No, man. He's he gives a certain level of autonomy to the brewing and production team. But he's really accessible. He comes out and actually supports a ton of events in Florida, and aside from just being a cool guy, he and John both really good guys. They were down here about 2 weeks ago for like a week-long thing, and we wake up in the morning and we're cheap at Terrapin when it comes to hotel stuff, so we're all kind of piled into one thing. Yeah, and one room for 15 people. But it's a hell of a party.
That's pretty typical here in South Florida.
Exactly. But you find the guy waking up in the morning, and all of a sudden he's on his iPad or tablet looking at what's going on production-wise. Because we have like that real-time,
feedback and
stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Everything's
so
automated.
You can monitor what's going on in the
you see
brew house.
Call up somebody, hey, this is supposed to be mashing at 152. Why is it 154?
He's got those cameras like that TV show, the Restaurant Stakeout. Restaurant Stakeout.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
He's got the brewery all wired up.
Yeah. But we have a head brewer, guy named Brandon, and that guy
shows up every day.
Yeah, he does. He shows up and he kicks ass.
He's not drinking and stuff.
Well, sort of. Let's not get crazy. Of course he's drinking, but no, man. But he really kicks ass, and he earned a lot of trust. So Spike pretty much allows him to do
whatever, man.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, he shows up.
And then we have a production manager named, operations manager named Brian Hollinger, who those three guys pretty much handle everything.
Run the show,
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So why Athens, Georgia?
Why not?
Have you ever been there?
Why not?
No.
Why Flounder?
My sister's in Atlanta, and I was gonna try to
like
get
a
up there.
2-hour drive to Athens.
Why is she in Atlanta?
It depends on how fast you're driving.
Just Georgians there, man.
No, she said she went to go see Louis C.K. show one
Yeah,
time, and I said go to the brewery. even though I know, even though
go to the brewery.
He's there,
and you know what?
You'll see him there.
Nice.
and instead she got pregnant.
Oh, there you go.
So she didn't make it.
Not as good. No, I would have rather gone to see the Louis C.K. show. God,
And that's a true
it's a
story.
way better
Yeah,
bargain
man.
too.
Yeah.
She said
A lot
they
cheaper.
just didn't have
Not the-
time, but she lied to me. She couldn't drink,
Ah, that makes sense.
and I've never been there, so.
So
I
it's
couldn't
a
force
funny thing. We complain a lot about the oppression of government here in Florida with craft breweries.
Right.
Georgia's even worse. According to Georgia law, you're not allowed to have a tap room or a tasting room. We
Oh.
can't sell any
Dude, they
beer.
have the worst laws in Georgia. I'm so sorry. That
Yeah.
place sucks.
Yeah.
I lived there for a little while. I can say that.
But you know how it is, man. So
That does suck.
what we can do is we can give a tour where the beer is free, but you buy a promotional glass,
Oh,
and that gets filled up for you.
so the glass costs money. The beer's free.
Right. And you don't technically need to buy the
Yeah.
glass to
I
get the
love
beer, but
getting around the law.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
man.
it. I love it. I love it.
You
But
buy
we-
the ticket, and then the tickets for beer.
For beer.
so we have a nice lawn. Tours go on for 2 hours out of the day, and it's not a walking tour. It's more
Screw
of a
their
promotional
laws.
tour. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have cask beer and other things. We have live music. It's dog friendly, kid friendly. If you come out, it's all outside. So
That sounds
we
real
make
fun.
it into a fun thing.
That's good.
Yeah.
Beer festivals.
We are allowed to do 2 a year. We have an anniversary party, which basically turns
Is that
into
a corporate
carnival.
rule or?
No, it's a Georgia rule or an Athens rule. One of the two.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. They restrict you
Yeah.
like that.
And down here, you guys pretty much go to everything that you can, right?
Yeah. We're all over the
We have
place,
no
man.
laws in Florida.
No, we do. We
Oh,
Oh,
have some
do.
pretty crappy ones too.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know what? Still, at the end of the day, man, we're just drinking beer, hanging out.
No, it's good. I've
Nothing wrong with that.
I've seen you guys at every festival that I've been to, and I always stop by and see what you're pouring.
Yeah, right on, man.
I stop by everybody.
Yeah.
What do you think, George?
That's
You
Rob's
do?
job. Rob does that, man. He's got a blog, so he can stop by.
Hey, I didn't take any pictures today.
No,
Yeah.
You guys are
that's right.
out of luck.
So
Now we should take a picture of Rob while he's in the guest host seat.
nice.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm getting like, oh my God, my kid and my mother are in Tallahassee right now.
That means they're not watching.
That's Georgia.
Yeah.
That is Georgia.
That is.
The capital of Florida is in
right.
Georgia.
But the other big event that we do is called Hop Harvest, and that comes up in October. If you haven't been to Hop Harvest, smile for the camera, bud.
No, I'm supposed to.
You
be
don't have to stop
talking.
talking.
Yeah. Action shot.
Natural.
But that Hop Harvest, man, that is the event to go to.
That's where one of your two.
Yeah, if you personally get a chance to go up, man, it's the way to go.
All right, cool.
A lot of hop education. We pull the farmers in, from Hop Union, some of the farms from out there. We have the Country Malt Group guys coming in and giving seminars and classes.
So it's
then-
one day.
Yeah, it's one day. It's a Saturday.
Sounds like
I think it's
sounds like a
Saturday
whole
the
weekend.
12th of October this year. It's a lot of fun. We bring a lot of people in from out of town and open the brewery, answer all kinds of questions, and then we also have 21 casks that are single hop with different hops to basically make a beer called So Fresh and So Green.
Oh, I like
It's
that
our wet
one.
hop
It's
beer.
gonna be
It's
a good
so
one.
hoppy you won't even be able to drink it.
No, it's like really green.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Like that green hop.
It's
Green
literally
hop.
green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
you're gonna
Raw-
you
fresh
really
hop.
like the hop.
I would just go eat hops out of the garden if I could.
We have a little hop salad.
So do you
Sure.
grow your own hops or you at all?
I did when I was living in California. It's in my opinion, especially in South Florida, dude, they'll just fry up in Florida.
Yeah.
But I try to drink as many hops. as
Does
I can.
the brewery do that at all? Or they have their own.
Yeah, we have a hop vine at the Hop Harvest Fest. We chop it down. People wear it as like tiaras and stuff like that.
Nice. And then
Nice.
they cook it and make beer.
We don't use the hops that we grow for
Ah.
that. We use it just for
fun.
for interaction. But
Yeah.
we do get fresh hops from our suppliers. They're shipped in as soon as they're cut. They're shipped in and in the boil pretty much within 24 hours.
Wow.
Wow, that's
So-
amazing.
So where do you get them from mostly? In
Yakima Valley
Northwest?
for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do some stuff with Australia, New Zealandish area. We get some stuff from
Europe.
from Europe, continental hops, English hops, but for the most part, dude, we're pretty American.
Yeah, not those English hops for IPAs. Yeah.
Maybe as a
Lord.
base, you know.
Maybe.
Man, I keep drinking this chocolate chili beer.
I know. I keep
when
saying that,
when the effect fades, when the flavor fades, I need
Yeah,
a
you
little
get
bit
right
more.
back to it.
Well, I've got a little more too. It's cool how it warms up.
I'll take a little more. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Damn, is that already an hour?
I know.
You blew through it, Rob.
Time
Good
flies
job,
when you're
bud.
drinking beer. what Rob said.
That's your first show hosting.
Do the disclaimer: don't drink and drive. Don't drink while you're pregnant. Enjoy alcohol responsibly.
Enjoy alcohol
What else does Brett say?
I don't know. Who cares?
Don't knock up your wife, because then you won't be able to have any fun for a while.
I don't think he listened to that one.
Well, guys, I really appreciate you having me on the show.
You were awesome. So informative.
Yeah, thank you for...
From high atop 1926 Hollywood Boulevard, you're listening to SoFloRadio.com.